Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie, and this is the Farmhouse Mom. Today we are going to unbox and use our NutriMill grain mill. So thanks for joining me, and let's get to work. So I got the NutriMill grain mill off of Amazon. I believe it was $3.19. It has a 5-year warranty and it's made in the USA, and it had some really great reviews, and so that's why I picked it. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. All right, world's greatest grain mill since 1974, that's what it says. All right, we have a cookbook with it, which is nice. So there's the lid. Ooh, that is really heavy. All right. And I'm assuming that it's really already put together. Here's a little brush to clean it with. You get all that fine flour. So it's got a fine flour and a coarse flour setting. I don't know if you heard that thunder, but we are having freezing rain all day. And so it's really bitterly cold. All right, so the grain that we're going to mill today is Grand Teton Ancient Grains. So I got this on Einkorn.com, and then I got this bag, and apparently they have branded their Einkorn berries as Grand Teton is what their name is gonna be. Einkorn is supposed to be the world's oldest wheat. It's supposed to be really helpful for those with gluten sensitivities. My toddler does have really bad eczema problems, and since I've cut out all processed food and just kind of making my own bread, I believe that I've noticed a little bit of difference. I'm not saying it's gonna cure it, but I think it's helped a little. So, all right, let's go ahead and open our wheat berries and let's get started. So if this is like a feed bag, you'll start it on the right and you'll pull. There you go, just like a feed bag. Okay. All right, so here's what our wheat berries look like. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So I'm gonna put this to the side, place the mill on a hard flat surface, make sure there's ventilation, plug in the power cord, place a bowl under the flour. So let's go ahead and try this bowl. All right, so place a bowl under the flour, turn the mill on, turn the control knob counterclockwise until you hear the stones rub, then turn it counterclockwise so it stops. So I would like this flour pretty fine. Okay, so that looks a little rough to me, so I'm going to make it a little finer. So this seems like a really coarse flour for me. So I think we are going to need to grind it a little bit finer. So I probably shouldn't have used so much wheat berries at first, but I was excited. All right, so that seems to be a little bit of a finer flour. It's still pretty heavy to me. So I don't know if I'm just not, maybe I need to sift it. I'm not sure. All right, so this is the flour sifted. It definitely is a lot lighter and fluffier. Ooh, we're getting lots of freezing rain outside. I think we'll go ahead and keep this, and we'll start to bake with that today. And I'm gonna try one more time. So I had it on the coarser setting because I thought you weren't supposed to hear the sound of the mill. So I'm gonna put the wheat berries in and then turn it to the finer setting. Okay, I definitely think that makes a difference. You can see kind of the height that it has to it, and the softness and the fluffiness compared to the bigger grains that we had here. So, all right, yeah, I can definitely see a difference between the two flours. I don't know if you can, but this is a lighter color. I think it's been ground more. I went outside and fed and watered all the goats, and I'm gonna use the flour now for my sourdough starters. So I decided to just use the coarser flour I have 2 sourdough starters. I went ahead and used the coarser flour and I put it in a newer sourdough starter that I have. I'm not gonna keep this strain. I'm just gonna use this to make pancakes tomorrow morning, and so I use the coarser flour for that. And now I'm going to grind flour and try to fill up my flour canister with the flour that I'm gonna need for the week. So I'm a little less nervous about hearing the grinding sounds. And so I'm gonna make sure that I go all the way to fine because I want really fine flour. So I'm gonna go all the way to fine. I'm gonna go ahead and still sift it, but let's see if we can fill this up. So I do feel like even on the very fine setting, it does leave some grains, but that's fine because I can just put that in some heartier recipes. But for my sourdough starter, I really want the fine flour, and then for my baking, I really want the fine flour. So this is my girl that I've had for a while. I've had her for about a year. All right, and so if you look at it, you can see there's a little bit of dark liquid. That's fine, because it still smells really very fruity and it still smells really healthy. So we're just going to mix this girl up, and let's get her started with a little bit of our fresh flour. So I ran out of my Einkorn flour that I usually order, and I liked it so much I decided I was going to order the whole grains and grind it myself. And it took a little while to get here. And so that's why I saved my Einkorn only starter. The other one I just added some white flour to so I could have something while I was waiting for my Einkorn. I'm gonna add this finely sifted flour to my starter so I can get her nice and bubbly again. I will say the NutriMill does not grind as finely as the Einkorn flour that I just ordered from Jovial Foods, but I'm going to make some flatbread this evening, and then we'll make some pancakes in the morning, and I might just film those, and I'll let you know what I thought about using my own milled flour compared to what you would get from a commercial milled machine. Well, thanks for joining me today. I just wanted to make a quick video just to let you see our new change in our kitchen. We're gonna start grinding our own grain, and that was pretty easy. We tried a few times, and I think I got the flour consistency that I wanted. So I'm looking forward to grinding our own grains in our kitchen when we're making our breads. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.